Hi everyone, and welcome back to Brushes and Cocktails. My cocktail today is Krabby's. What's yours? Love to know. So today we're going to do a very meditative painting. You're really going to enjoy it. So get all your stuff together and let's get painting. Wet your canvas with a little bit of water so that you can get to know it. It also helps the paint. It's not just personal. And next, I am going to take some white paint. I'm going to choose where I want my light source. In this case, I'm going to put it here. And just spin your brush around. And that's going to start your circle. Then I'm going to dip into my green, phthalo green with my white and come around. This is the fun part. And it's the fun part because you get to really play with the colors a little bit. So I want to make my circle just a little better here. Don't worry, you can go over it again. Remember, when you're painting, don't worry about the results. Enjoy the process first. The results come after. You're just putting in the ground layer right now. Let your hands just go in that lovely circle. You've got a lot of canvas to cover, so don't worry. Just go around. Enjoy it. This is a really good way to decompress a little. Are you finding going out for walks, energy is just not the same outside? You don't quite feel connected. You're so worried about getting into other people's space that you're not really experiencing why you're out there. I don't know about you, but I find shopping to be one of the hardest things to do now. So just keep dipping into the blue, the green, and the white. Let it mix on the canvas. And just keep going around and around. I firmly believe that life is definitely built as a circle. Things keep repeating themselves. Different ways, different people, different scenarios. Pardon me, that was just an allergy sniff. The trees happen to be doing their magic. This morning, while I was having my coffee, I noticed some red-tailed hawks on the roof of the building in front of me. I think they were trying to mate. That bunch of pigeons kept distracting the poor birds. I hope you're taking joy in the little things that happen around you. If you find that your paint paint isn't spreading easily, just dip your brush in a little bit of water, help it along. Because you know, everything is slippery when it's wet, including paint. Did I say that? Cheers. I'm going to speed this up for you a little bit and use my bigger brush. And I'm using a 12 by 16 canvas, but of course you can use any size you want. And here's a little trick. See how the easel's blocking my canvas? Not anymore. I want to keep my circles going, because you want that tunnel effect. In the circle. I find that one of the most relaxing things about this painting. Do your sides. It just makes your painting look a little bit more finished. I like using my background color for my sides. And it doesn't take long to do it. But it can make a difference. Flip it around again. There we go. Oh, I like how that's happening. Sometimes you just have to go with what's happening with your brush. Don't try to force your paintings. Roll that out a little bit more. I'm using the point of my brush to get sharper lines. Now you can do this with the larger brush, or you can do it with the large brush of your brush set. When I was doing live events, this was one of the most popular paintings because of its qualities of relaxation and just fun. Now I'm going to want more white in there. Back to my big, not too big brush, this one. Now I'm going to add a little bit more white in here. So that it can blend in. This easel keeps moving on me. So I wonder, do you bang your pots at night at 7:30? If you're in Toronto, you do. I have started using my singing bowl, and I find it extremely relaxing. So I'm sending out a signal of thanks and meditating on that thanks while I'm making noise with everybody. And then my neighbors don't mind my singing bowl so much. I suggest you try it. It's an interesting experience. There we go. I'm starting to get my good swoop here. I can feel it on the canvas. So I'm going to do my lovely double dipping that I love doing. Do your sides. It just makes your painting look a little bit more finished. I like using my background color for my sides, and it doesn't take long to do it. I'm using the point of my brush to get sharper lines. Now you can do this with the larger brush, or you can do it with the large brush of your brush set. When I was doing live events, this was one of the most popular paintings because of its qualities of relaxation and just fun. Now I'm going to want more white in there. Go back to my big, not too big brush, this one. Now I'm going to add a little bit more white in here. So that it can blend in. This easel keeps moving on me. So I wonder, do you bang your pots at night at 7:30? If you're in Toronto, you do. I have started using my singing bowl, and I find it extremely relaxing. So I'm sending out a signal of thanks and meditating on that thanks while I'm making noise with everybody. And then my neighbors don't mind my singing bowl so much. I suggest you try it. It's an interesting experience. There we go. I'm starting to get my good swoop here. I can feel it on the canvas. So I'm going to do my lovely double dipping that I love doing. Cover it with white and then a little bit of the green. Nice gentle strokes. Slowly increase as I'm moving downwards. Now I'm not going to blend it in just yet. I want to get the paint there. Now I'm going to start blending. Just in circles. See how I'm moving my arm? I'm using dark. My chair's a little creaky. Sorry guys, it's an antique artist chair. I got it for my birthday one year and it hasn't left me since. Besides, it gets me at a good height so that I can look at you. Okay, bring a little bit more white around here. See how I'm widening the light source a little? Now don't worry, nothing has to be completely perfect. It is all... Nice gentle strokes. I'm going to bring the dark right up. And slowly increase as I'm moving downwards. Now I'm not going to blend it in just yet. I want to get the paint there. Now I'm going to start blending. Just in circles. See how I'm moving my arm? I'm using dark. My chair's a little creaky. Sorry guys, it's an antique artist chair. I got it for my birthday one year and it hasn't left me since. Besides, it gets me at a good height so that I can look at you. Okay, bring a little bit more white around here. See how I'm widening the light source a little? Now don't worry, nothing has to be completely perfect. It is only your background. So definitely don't sweat it. Just like you really should not be sweating this COVID confinement. Just roll with it, folks. It's the only way we're going to get through mentally intact. Just roll with it. There we go. I'm starting to see the light. Just blend this a little bit. There we go. It's not going to be too long before I get my other easel upstairs, because this one is way too light for me. It just likes to bounce around. You know, you don't have to use an easel. You don't have to use a canvas. Time for a drink. I'm going to add some more white in the middle. Plant my brush very firmly and then just let it spin, and you'll get a much more even circle. I'm going to put it where the paint is. Let it spin. Easel, don't move on me. Awesome. It's a little gloppy, so I'm going to just make it a little bigger. I can spread the paint out a little better that way. This part needs a little bit more. Here we go. If you're really unsure, use a bottle cap and trace a circle before you start painting with me. You will find it much easier that way, maybe. But really, don't sweat it. There. And we're almost ready for the next stage. So, now I'm just going to fill in over here to give it a little bit more depth. I'm going to take the falafel green and just give it some nice rich swipes all the way up and widening as I go down. I know I did this before, but I lost it because this green is very transparent, but that's okay. You just go back, do it again. Now I'll just blend it on the outside a little with a nice loaded brush. And forth. And on this side. Okay, this is going to be new. Nope, won't work. Here we go. Don't go away, don't go away. There we go. I just want to blend you a little. I've never done it with the green, and I thought it would be a really great idea to do it differently for a change. I do like the tones. Now I want to really work this in a little. So I just wet my brush and I'm going over the greens. There. Just a little water. I don't need paint on my brush anymore. I'm just going to spread the paint that's on the canvas. Oh, there it goes again. So, I am going to trick it. Because I want this part being nice and rich. And as I said, I know you can't see it after, but you can be picky. It's okay. I'm going to add a little bit of black. Not too much. Now I'm just using water. I want it to come all the way down. Okay. Now I'm going to go back into my green. You see how it gives it a totally different tone. There we go. Nice. Green, a little bit of white on my brush. You see how I've got this lovely green and white going here, so now I can blend this together. And this gives it much more of that tunnel feel. Bring it up, drag it up, drag it up, drag it up. This is adding the tone into your background. I'm only swiping one way. I'm going to do it on this side. A little bit of green and white. Hold the easel, Donna, because if you don't hold the easel, it's going to hop on you. A little bit of water. Now, I'm just going to blend a little, but I'm following that circle, and I'm going in the opposite direction. Now I need a little more green down here. There we go. Now just very lightly with a moist brush. The same one. Just flick. See how I'm flicking? Just flick. It's very short back and forths. And that's going to give you that more continuous feel. Just flicking back and forth. There. Now I'm taking the whole thing and just blending it in. Over everything. There we go. Over everything. There we go. Just with water. There's no paint that I've added. Over again. And this is how we get this really nice smooth circle. So that that tunnel really pops. See how all the colors that you put down there are all coming through in their lovely intensities. There. So now I'm going to take my medium brush, because we're ready to put in the trees, and use the black. I'm going to start at the top and bring my stroke all the way down. And then come up. And that's the outline for where your tree, your first tree will go. So I'm going to give it its little branches. So I have an idea where I'm putting everything in. Now I'm using just the edge of my brush, as you can see, and that also gives me these really lovely sharp lines. We're going to use a small brush for the very tiny twigs. Let's have one. Well, this is going to go like this. I'm adding my width to my trunk as I'm going. Let's put one right here, and one coming up here. Anywhere you want them. You're the artist. Your tree slowly. Take your time with it. Let's have one come up over the moon. He's going to go straight up off the canvas. And when I come back down, my trunk gets a little bit wider again. I need more paint here. And when I want to steady my hand, I use my little pinky. It gets full of paint, but it's worth it to keep your hand steady. I don't know about you, but I get the shakes sometimes. If you're on a roll, let your hand do the painting. Trust yourself a little. If you've never done this before, you really don't have to worry. You will learn. I'm self-taught. I taught myself in bed when I broke my back. Doing laundry, of course. I knew that you shouldn't do laundry. Someone else should do it for you and take the risks and get the danger pay. So that's tree number 1. I'm going to throw in another one, but first I'll widen the base of the trunk of this one a little bit more. My little pinky dragged that. It's still a little wet. You can use a blow dryer if you want to dry your background before you start this section. Always use the pause button and just come right back. It's right there. You know where, spacebar. Now let's put in another tree. I'm gonna have it coming off the canvas on an angle. There. And that's where my next tree is gonna be. Have them cross over. 2 happy trees meeting in the sky. And then we'll have another branch coming from behind, up and out this way. Just because I feel like it. No rhyme or reason. I just thought maybe it would add character. So you may have noticed that the setup is a little bit different. I had to do this in 2 different days, but that's okay, because I'm still having fun. I had to jerry-rig my little tripod so that the camera was a little steadier, i.e. my iPhone. So let's continue painting. Sorry about the slight difference, but I hope it actually makes it better. Okay, we're gonna add some more branches. Cheers. Oh, what brush am I going to use? I'm gonna go with the medium flat point. And I'm gonna dip my brush and then scrape it along the side of the palette so that it gets nice and sharp with some paint on it. And I'm gonna come here. Let's put another branch right in there. Yeah. Bring it up to a tip. Oh, I like that. You have to dip into your paint a little bit more, but it's worth it. Let's thicken this a little. Smooth it out. Once the highlights go in, it's going to be incredible. I really want you to take your time with these too. Enjoy the process. We all need this. This is time in our history where mental health has never been so important on such a big, grand, global scale. So you need to take that time for yourself, recharge your batteries, recharge your soul. Now, I want to add another branch hanging down from another tree that we don't see. So it's going to go right across here. And I want it to go downwards. And we'll have a branch coming down this way. Filling in the spaces. Oh, I like that spindly one. Just sharp little strokes will give you some really nice branches, but do it with a very light touch. Pretend that you're caressing it with a feather. I am sure a lot of you know how to do that. Over here. This is just its offshoot. Okay. I like the way that's happening. Now let's go play in here. I'm going to smooth the paint out a little bit more here. Thicken this part up because it's the main part of the tree. I'm adjusting to the way I'm painting because I'm not standing. And I'm off to the side a little bit so you can see the canvas clearly. So bear with me as I adjust this new painting style. Fortunately, with branches they can be crooked, so I'm not going to worry too much. I hope you don't either. Building a world. Make this one nice and thick too. Because remember, this is a giant tree. Now, if you wish, you can make them apple trees. Take a look at the spindly branches on an apple tree. Take a look at the blooms. You can make it a magnolia tree. If that pleases you more, I say go for it. There we are. Whatever tickles your fancy. So now you're just filling in the spaces where you think there should be a branch. Totally up to you. This is a little too bare, don't you think? This is one place where there's no rules, just your own. There is so many creative projects going on online. It is so wonderful to see people turning to art to make it through, because art has been with us since the beginning of mankind. I'm now dipping into my white, and I'm going to add a little bit of the highlights, especially where my light source is. Just trailing along the edge. Now this branch goes over, so I'm going to bring this one over there. See, it doesn't have to be straight. Doesn't matter. I'm going to tip this one with some of the gray. This one too, because it's so close, you lose its color. Put some there. Look at that. Let's put one in here. Now I didn't clean my brush off from my black. I just went straight into the white. Because again, it's easier for you guys if everything blends on the canvas for you. Because then you get all these happy, happy accidents. The paint will take care of itself. And once you get the idea of blending and mixing your colors, you can do that too. I want you to experiment. Find out what you're good at just by trying. Liking this already, it's coming to life. Amazing what just a little bit of difference in color can do to the depth of your painting. Don't be afraid of shadows. Don't be afraid of being bold. Don't worry. It doesn't have to be neat. And add just a bit more. Just white lines with the brush that has black paint on it. Give your bark a bit of distinction in the dark and the night. And just little short strokes. Light, let them go. And we're on next to the really fun part. There we go. Yes, I'm really liking that. Okay. Time for a sip of the drink. And now I invite you to grab a toothpick out of your bathroom and start painting with it. I'm going to load the end of the Q-tip up with some white paint. And then just dot your way through the blossoms. You can make them tight clusters, you can make them loose. Totally up to you. Just dot your way into happiness. And we can have a few dropping down. Since we can't go out and see the cherry blossoms, here in Toronto that's a big thing, I thought we should just paint our own. Keep the social distancing. And fill it up any way you want. It's okay. Probably thinking, well, you know, there's a little bit of pink in cherry blossoms, Donna. And you are correct. We will be adding that. Fill it up any way you want. It's okay. Remember, if I'm going too fast, just pause to catch up. My easel's jumping again. There. Did I get all of them? I think so. Oh, I'm going to fill up a little bit more in the top, almost like it's a canopy. Examine your painting. See where you want to add. Don't worry about your choices. Follow your instincts. They'll guide you. It's not rocket science. It's dabbing with a Q-tip. I think I'm going to add some falling limbs here. Now, the final step, also a lot of fun. I'm using a tiny brush. I'm going to dip into my red. You really don't need much red on your palette, just a little dab will do it. Wasn't that a commercial? And just go in the center. of your whites. Make tiny dots. Takes a little time. That's why this is such a good meditative painting. Look at that, spring is just blooming. Don't let your paintbrush get too loaded. Make sure you scrape some of the paint off. Otherwise, you'll end up with big globs. Now see here, I'm holding on to the top of my canvas so that my hand is steady when I'm dotting. Now, if you're working on the table flat, you're lucky, because then your elbow can steady you. There. Then you can decide again how bright you want this. I'm just smoothing it out with my finger because I'm lazy. I'll put some black on that. Because just smudged a little too much there. And there you have it. Eyebrushes and cocktails. Really relaxing painting. I hope you enjoyed the harmony in this spring blossom. Stay safe, stay home, stay clean, and enjoy. Make sure you take care of yourself. Bye for now.